Good morning. This is my review for Evil Dead Burn. I'm Dominic the Nerd Grayson, and be patient with me because this is my first movie review. This one isn't going to be edited yet because I'm still trying to learn how to use it. So if you like this one enough, I am going to go back, practice with this video, edit it, and then go from there. Wanted to start with Evil Dead Burn because we're a horror family in this house. Personally, that's just our thing. I mean, we love everything, but horror just hits a little different for us. So I wanted to start with that. Sorry if I look a little nervous. I am. Promise I'll loosen up as I practice, get it going. But just watched Evil Dead Burn last night, and I loved it. I really did. It was directed by Sebastian Vanek. I hope I'm saying that right. And he was actually handpicked by Sam Raimi himself. And after watching the movie, I could see why. I never heard of him, but when I first saw the trailer for Evil Dead Burn, I looked up the director, as I always do, and I watched a movie called Infested by him, and I could definitely see why Sam Raimi asked him to come aboard and help make this movie. And honestly, the Deadites kind of carry it. Is it weird to have a crush on a Deadite? Anyway, moving on. But no, the Deadites just carry this movie. The humor, the brutality, weirdly enough, the restraint, because they are restrained for a reason that I don't want to spoil. And to me, they were the best part of the movie, which is why I'm starting with them, because there's one Deadite in particular who I feel like was the best, probably my favorite out of all the Evil Dead movies, including Ash vs. the Evil Dead. Fun fact about that as well, if you have not seen Ash vs. the Evil Dead, I'd suggest watching it because it's really good. It's a good show. You can definitely tell it's Sam Raimi. It's got his work. Bruce Campbell, sadly it was canceled because it was on Starz, and it was on Starz during a time when nobody really had Starz. But either way, Evil Dead Burn does have an Easter egg that connects to Evil Dead Burn, and Evil Dead Burn does connect to the larger world of the Evil Dead universe, and I appreciated that. Now, it doesn't just throw it all in your face. Some of it is subtle, some of it ties in directly to Evil Dead Rise, and if you haven't seen that, you wouldn't catch it. And I do like that it doesn't necessarily go to the other movies to carry its weight. It stands perfectly on its own. The cinematography in this is amazing. The camera angles. I'm a big fan of cinematography and sound, because a lot of the times they don't get the recognition they deserve. And I loved the way the aggression would be happening on screen, and then the camera will just flip, or you'll see it happening at a certain angle. I love that. It's awesome. And if you're a fan of that, you're in for a treat. And I really wish I could tell you more about what I mean by they're brutal but restrained. But I don't mean it as a negative. It's really cool to see them harming you, and at the same time they're how many times did I teach you this lesson, old man? And not only that, the characters in here, it's you're meant to despise them. So if you hear people say I didn't like anybody in this movie, I mean, it's honestly, you're supposed to not. And I also don't know if there was, and I'm trying not to spoil it, but there's a part in it where it makes you wonder if you can become a Deadite through hatred. I don't know if that happened, but if it did, it was awesome. but just keep an eye out for that because it's kind of like a blinking you might miss it kind of thing. But getting on to the negatives, if I had to think of any negatives, it's too long. I mean, it's not like it's a 2-hour movie. It's not. However, they probably could have shaved about 10-15 minutes off of this at the end. I mean, the movie ended about 2 or 3 separate times, that from what I saw anyway. And I know they like to go big in the end, and that's okay, but it felt unnecessary the way that they did finally end it. So that's really probably my biggest gripe with it. I enjoyed it. As far as the opening of the movie, because I heard people talk about, well, is it better? I think it's better than Evil Dead Rise, or I think it's better than Evil Dead 2013. I don't really know how I'd compare them. I liked both. I think I liked Evil Dead Rise's opening a little bit better, just because of the way it was done. But this one is done pretty well too. And again, be patient with me. I'm normally not this stiff, so let me practice a bit. I'm gonna get better, but I just wanted to try because I love movies. I love games. Eventually, once I get used to this and I start getting down the flow of everything, I am gonna start making video game reviews as well. But as far as this movie by itself, it stands on its own. I mean, honestly, with the Evil Dead franchise now being, to me anyway, the most successful horror franchise, because Scream 7 kind of dropped the ball. So to me, Evil Dead is now the leading run. And I was worried because you can only do the same thing so many times. However, they address that in this. You know, I feel like Sam Raimi, the director, also, they both went into this, and you can tell that they're aware that they can only do this for so long. So I'm hoping that when Evil Dead Wrath comes out, the prequel that's supposed to be coming out next year, I'm hoping that it becomes addressed, because if they're going to continue making these movies the way they are, if they want to succeed the way they have, they can't just keep it closed off. It's like Call of Duty Zombies. You can only play it in the same level so many times before it's like, okay, we know this. Like, personally, I knew the house. Again, it's an Easter egg. The house itself in Evil Dead Burns an Easter egg to Ash vs. the Evil Dead. So if you have seen it, you might notice the house, but if you haven't, it's okay, just something to watch. It's not a big thing, but I thought it was pretty cool when I noticed it. But that does tie into my point of they're gonna have to change it up a bit, because I mean, we all know the formula of these movies by now. Like, they're in us, like we feel it. And it's almost like we know how it's gonna go. No matter the change of setting, we know what's gonna happen with it. So, yeah, that's my review. I hope you guys have a good day, and stay tuned for more, and I will get better. Thank you.